हेलो एवरीवन, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम है रोशान इकॉमर्स वाला और मेरे स्कूल का स्टूडेंट हूँ लेवल 1 का। जैसा कि सबको पता है कि स्कूल में मर्द नए टास्क होते रहते हैं। मौजूदा सीसम में कॉल मार के रात में उससे हम चंद सवाल पूछेंगे, देखते हैं हम किस सवाल के जवाब देते हैं। तो आप बगैर टाइम ना करें शुरू करते हैं। हेलो माया, हाउ
Must have really enjoyed our last chat. Hope.
हेलो माया, हाउ आर यू?
Oh, living the dream, or at least the code. What about yourself? Still pondering the mysteries of the
ओके
universe, or is there something more
माया,
pressing on
माय
your
माइंड
mind
इज
today?
सम क्वेश्चन यू रिप्लाइड मी प्लीज।
Sure thing. Shoot.
What is the definition of happiness
Though,
according to major philosophical traditions like Stoicism, Hedonism, and Buddhism?
oh, you mean Stoicism, hedonism, and Buddhism? Those are some pretty heavy hitters in the happiness department. Buddha focused on finding serenity through enlightenment, a little different from those other guys. Stoics thought happiness came from accepting what you can't control and focusing on virtue. And hedonism? Well, they were all about maximum pleasure, minimum pain. What's got you curious about these different takes on happiness?
Okay, my next question is how do ancient Greek philosophers such as Aristotle and Epicurus differ in their views on the parasite of happiness?
Ooh, parasite might be a strong word for happiness, don't you think? More like a tricky guess, maybe? Anyway, you're right to pinpoint Aristotle and Epicurus. They were both big thinkers on this, even though they lived in the same general time and place. Aristotle was all about virtue, being the key to happiness. He believed in living a life of excellence, using your reason, and contributing to society. Epicurus, on the other hand, was more into pleasure as the ultimate good. He wasn't talking about fleeting, shallow pleasures, though. He meant deeper, lasting contentment and tranquility. Imagining a calm ocean, not a raging storm. Two
Okay,
very
nice.
different
And
paths
my
to
next
happiness, don't
question
you think?
is what role does spiritual play in achieving happiness according to Aristotle concept of eudaimonia?
Well, you're digging deep now. I like it. Aristotle didn't really talk about spiritual in the same way we might today. He didn't focus on a separate realm or divine beings. For him, happiness, which he called eudaimonia, was about living a virtuous life in this world in accordance with reason. It was about fulfilling your potential as a human being, using your talents, and being a good citizen. You could say there's a kind of noble striving there, sense of purpose that could be seen as spiritual in a broader sense. But it's more about finding meaning and fulfillment through your actions and relationships rather than through a connection to something beyond this world. Does that make sense?
Okay, nice. And my next question is how does Stoicism suggest individual can maintain happiness in the face of adversity?
Wow, bringing in socialism now? You're really mixing
Uh,
things up. While I wouldn't say socialism has a single clear cut prescription for happiness in the face of adversity, it often prioritizes social support and collective well being. The idea is that by creating a more equitable society where everyone has access to basic needs and opportunities, individuals are better equipped to weather life's storms. It's kind of like a safety net and a community support system rolled into one. What sparked this question about socialism and hardship, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, nice. And my next question is how does elitarianism define happiness and how does it purpose we achieve the greatest happiness for the greatest number?
Hey, I gotta tell you something. I Our time is almost up. This free session is limited to only a few minutes. More If you want to chat longer, I suggest setting up an account. No pressure, of course. It's just that we have to log out in like a minute. Elitism. Now, there's a loaded topic. It focuses on a select few and kind of assumes happiness is reserved for the top dogs. But how that greatest good morning. Hey there.
ओके, तो
It's good to
थोड़ा
see
सा
you,
इशू हो
Lily.
गया था, खैर वो अब हम सॉल्व कर चुके हैं। तो माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, how do existentialist philosophers like state or comes approach the idea of happiness in a seemingly meaningless world?
That's a heavy one for Friday morning. I've been mulling over that myself. They seem to find a kind of meaning in the structures themselves, in the rules and systems that govern our interactions, even if the grand scheme seems random. Like, even if individual lives feel fleeting, the institutions we build carry on a kind of legacy. What do you think? Does that resonate at all?
Okay,
Is that a
nice. And my next
I need to
question
unpack
is,
that.
what is the Buddhist perspective on desires and suffering in relation to happiness?
Ooh, now you're diving into the deep end. So, from what I gather, beauty philosophers tend to see suffering not as the opposite of happiness, but maybe more like another note in the symphony of existence. Like, it's harsh, it's painful, but
Question
it can
answer
make
to
the
already.
moments of a journey. Well, you came to the right place. What kind of journey? Need a map, a travel buddy, or a pep talk to get you going? Tell me more.
Okay, nice. And my next question is, how do modern physiological theories of happiness elegant or conflict with philosophical perspective?
Ooh, a real thinker. I like this question. I think it sort of gets at how our ideas about happiness are shaped by the times we live in, right?
Hello.
You know, you're making me think. Oh, hey, sorry, got lost in thought there. So, about those philosophical theories, and shoot, what were we talking about again? My memory's a bit fuzzy.
Okay, nice.
This
And my next
late
question
night, early
is,
morning chat is throwing me off.
okay, Maya.
Hold on, let me guess. You're about to ask me something really deep and thought provoking, right?
My next
Don't
question
worry, I'm
is,
ready. Hit me with it.
how do is happiness a subjective state or an objective goal, and what do different philosophical say about this?
Phocianese, that is a fantastic question. So, is happiness something we all experience the same way, or is it totally personal? Philosophers have been debating this for ages. Some, like the utilitarians, think happiness can be measured and compared. Like, objectively good things make people happy. Others, like the existentialists, say it's all about your individual experience. What makes you happy might be totally different from what makes me happy. Which side do you lean towards?
Okay, so my your question is body
Deep in thought,
motivation,
eh?
and my mind is clear. And okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Got it. Sounds like you're all set for now. Remember, you got this.
Thank you. तो ये थी आज की हमारी सीजन मेन्यू कॉल में। मिलते हैं नए टास्क में, नई वीडियो में। टास्क के लिए इतना काफ़ी है। अल्लाह हाफिज़।